what's it like being back here? I know you spent a lot of years here, a lot of good memories, a lot of good people. So, has it been everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, I hope you hear a little better like this. We've got our distance. I've done everything from every vaccination to booster you can possibly do. You know, it's a thrill. It really is. I mean, I'm sitting there tonight and they did the Rock Chalk chant. That's the first time I'd ever seen it. Because all the years that I coached here, I was a little busy during that time, either doing something or thinking of something. But I've always thought the crowd here was just phenomenal. They're phenomenal tonight. I watched things tonight that I've never seen before with the pre-game show, and you know, the scoreboard didn't have a video board when I was here, but it's Wayne Simeon, Greg Gurley, Terry Noonan, and Paul Pierce. We were all up to see Paul inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame, and those guys started talking to me about it, and I thought that'd be really neat. And I've decided that I was going to try to travel some during this season and see people. And I was going to go see King Rice, one of our former North Carolina players, at Monmouth, and they had the game canceled. And I was going to see Jared Haas at Stanford, and they had the game canceled. And so last week I was just going to drive up to High Point and see Tubby Smith, and they had the game canceled. So last night, the last thing I did was check the Jayhawk information to make sure they still will have a game tonight.
Coach, did you brace yourself for the memories or emotions you might have walking in here?
Yeah, I was a little emotional this afternoon. We had probably 10 to 15 players that live in the area because I told Greg that I didn't want it to be, I didn't even know we were going to let anybody know, you know, but he said they had some local kids, guys that played for me, and I wanted to see those guys. I got a little emotional there, just appreciating because, you know, very few of you guys, Gary was alive then, but very few of you guys were around. But when I came here in '88, I was not the people's choice, to say the least, but the players took care of me. They really did. The first 2 years, for sure, those kids believed in what we were trying to do and made Roy Williams feel like I could coach. And I'm being very sincere. Those two teams right there were the whole key to me continuing to coach for 48 years, but 33 as a head coach.
What do you miss about coaching?
Pardon?
What do you miss about coaching?
Stuff right now. In the locker room, pre-game, on the bus, the trips, the practices. I loved practice. The games, you know, I wondered how I would feel watching the North Carolina games. And I've been okay. I haven't really missed that much coaching the games, but I really miss the interaction and relationship that you have with the kids. And, I mean, I'm sitting 2 seats away from Wayne Simeon. And my last year here, on Father's Day, knock on the door and go to the front door, and it's Wayne. He and his father had gone fishing that day, and he brought me some fish for Father's Day present. I mean, they're corny as all get out, but that's who I am.
What was it? I saw you and Bill kind of had an exchange when he came out. What was that like?
I had asked Greg, I said, if you see Bill get a chance, tell him to look over here because I want to make sure I wish him good luck. And you know, he's done a magnificent job. Oh my gosh. He doesn't have enough room in his office for all the conference championships and everything they've won, but he's just done a magnificent job, and I enjoy watching him coach. I've watched him coach many times, not just because it was Kansas, but I enjoyed watching Bill coach.
Do you think you'll make this an annual trip?
I hope I live long enough to do those kind of things. I'm 38 days from total knee replacement on my left knee. I did the right one about 5 years ago, and it's been darn near perfect. So I'm hoping that the left one will be the same way, so I can get my handicap down a little bit more.
I know you came back for the 60th anniversary, but did you think you'd be back for a game ever?
You know, I thought I'd coach forever and go home one night and win a big championship or something, and croak the next day. And that really is. I never even thought that much about retiring, but people wondered, and some of my friends thought I was sick or something, and people thought it was the name, image, and likeness or the transfer portal. And it was just what I said, that I just didn't feel like I was doing it as well as I'd done it before. I hadn't been able to get the kids to buy in as much, and basically I couldn't handle that part of it. I knew I wasn't going to cheat the kids or my school or whatever, but I loved coaching. There's nobody, I don't think, that's ever coached that loved it any more than I did.
A lot of memories.
We got one more.
Is there anything that stands out? I mean, so many, but anything that you remember vividly or that you kind of remember walking in here tonight?
Yeah, you know, I never walked through the crowd. You know, so it was unusual, people saying nice things, but I just remember game days. I felt like a lot of times that the crowd was not going to let us lose, and that's a darn good feeling to have. It's just the enthusiasm they have, and I was just enjoyed sitting there watching it tonight, and I've had some great memories that I've thought of in the last 4 or 5 hours. It's
What
been
did you think
fantastic.
of the ovation from the fans?
You know, it was pretty dang nice. It really was. It's 15 years, and I loved it. I really did. It was hard to leave. I still get emotional about it, but at that time I thought I made the right decision. I still believe that. But coming in there and the people making you feel like this is pretty important, because I happen to think basketball is pretty important too. Thank you.